Okay, here we go. We're back in business. No Like and Trust has just got on the map because Auguste Crenshaw from Atlanta, Georgia is joining us. I could say a lot, but you know what? August is, she's going to talk to us about some very important things, sales and how we don't need to be sold to these days. There's so many, when we look at what's going on these days. August, will you speak to how we are, if we're in business, how do we stay above the fold? How do we approach this in a professional and a profound way?
Oh man, this topic whew, is near and dear to my heart because I've been sold the two. And so a lot of you don't like to embrace the ideal of selling, but you have to sell. And so then you end up becoming a repeater of the pain that you receive. Kind of sounds like
Mm.
dysfunctional relationships. I observed in that, right? And so when I first entered the online arena, I was a little bit overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. And so I got into a lot of things that I've been able to see the trickery, so I'm speaking from a place of experience. And what has happened in the industry is that pain points and pleasure points are the most important thing of a sales conversation. They want you to understand how to drill that in. And a lot of you, that's what you think about when you think about selling. But then they'll also put a little bug in your ear that you need to have confidence because you are selling yourself. And the honest to goodness truth is you are, but not just yourself, but how the essence of your being connects with the essence of the other person that you want to work with. The solution has to be wrapped in there, but as soon as we begin to understand that we're selling relationships, we're selling personality, we're selling authenticity, we're selling understanding, that's when sales becomes one of the most comfortable, beautiful conversations that you could ever engage with instead of mastering your bullet points for your product.
Wow. That's it's an art. As it's that's the way, that's my interpretation. We need to get with people such as yourself. Now, Damon John, Brother Bedford, everybody's saying these are the days to invest in yourself. And I'm not, I know that No Like and Trust is not out to hard sell. That is not my intention. My intention is to bring you guys before people so that when this thing turns around or while it's turning, they know who to turn to. So, August, will you just, I, I know what your work is all about. And I know that you're a woman that walk the walk and talk the talk. Will you tell people how to get in contact with you so that they can work with you? Because I don't think, speaking for myself, this thing of sales is uncomfortable. And we need to have the artist teach the student how to draw the painting. You need help, you need guidance. There's no shame to the game. And I'll throw my hat in the ring for August Crenshaw anytime. So, August, will you tell people how to get in contact with you and also that fabulous summit that's coming up? People cannot sleep on that.
No, thank you. Number one, thank you, thank you, thank you. Always anything August Crenshaw, and that's August with an E. Go to my website. That's how you get me first. And I am just as vulnerable, transparent, and authentic on my website as I am when you meet me in person. So you go there first, and then secondarily, you can come to Facebook if you're on there. As far as the summit is concerned, I am very passionate about people, period, but especially my sisters, understanding that they cannot embrace the idea of business from just strategy. I need us to know that in order for us to build a business, we do actually have to still hold it all together. What's going on in our family, what's going on with our spirit, what's going on with our finances, what's going on with our business, everything is connected. And so when I create summits, I'm always making sure that I'm embracing the total journey of a woman. And so the summit is there to talk to you about strategies, like with you talking about podcasting, whether you're hosting or you're there, for you to understand what it means to sell, how to do lead generation, how to get speaking events, but also how to have crucial conversations with your spouse, how to navigate the emotions and the personalities of your children, how to make sure you understand when to invest, when to budget, how to do these different things, because all of them are important to us. And when one thing falls by the wayside, we will then end up saying, it's not my time for my dream, or we'll say, I'm going to get my dream and then bump my family. And I've seen people make the decision to go to those two extremes. And so business mastery is about life and business mastery, because self-mastery matters first. And so I want to extend the invitation to everybody that's coming. You're going to get an opportunity to hear 22 segments from 20 different women for only $27, where we're going in hard and telling you some of the do's and don'ts so that you can know what to do to make your next best move really your best move.
That's powerful. That is so very powerful, because especially when we look at what's going on these days, I forget that, and we need to think about the family, because so many of us are home now, and kids are getting on folks' nerves. Spouses are getting on folks' nerves, and to be able to, when is the event again? The summit again,
It
August?
starts on April the 29th and it goes through May the 2nd. And please understand, purchasing your tickets also gets you access to the recordings. Please don't let the time conflict be the reason why you don't sign up, because it's deeper than that. And you'll also get an opportunity on May the 2nd to come and listen to myself and the other speakers elaborate a little bit further on what we discussed and ask us any questions that you want to.
Wow, that's important. $27, you can't beat that. You just can't beat that. My thought is that in April, we're still going to be in the throes of this, and it will be past us somewhat, but the information that's coming out of the summit is going to be absolutely mandatory listening for so many people, to save their families, to come up with their next. So I'm looking at how the Lord just had that set up. Coming such $27. Come on, that is a happy meal. Some places, you know.
Yeah, and what you said is true. It was already divinely put into place, because this was in motion long before there was an understanding, about what Corona was, or what was going on in the world, or any of that. So the positioning of it, yes, I definitely see that as very divine timing, because in most places are still going to be on lockdown until the end of April,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
possibly beyond.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. And then we're still going to be cautious about where we're going. So a lot of us are still going to be close to home. And when you buy the total package, the access package, then you can make it your reference library. $27, make that your reference, because 22 people, 22 women pouring into subject matter that they know of and it's dear to them. You're going to need that information, or you have a family member or a colleague who's going to need that. So August, you are really, really presenting something. I think that there's a workbook that comes with that $27 also.
I was hoping that you would remember to mention that. And that is one of the things that makes this summit key, because oftentimes we listen to very phenomenal people give us great advice, and it's motivational and it's inspiring, but still understanding, how do I make that apply to me and how do I make it my own, is the one thing that distinguishes whether or not you can follow through. And so for every single segment, I have taken the time to listen to the interviews multiple times and pull out questions so that you can relate to the things that we're saying, and then understand how you apply that to your current life circumstance or your business, because I don't want you to get caught up in the stories and the paths. I want you to get caught up in the principles, and understanding the principles and how they apply to you. That's what all comes together with this workbook. And so that all of this was done very purposefully and very intentionally to make sure that it's beneficial to you. The workbook alone is worth more than the $27 than the $27 that we're charging you for the access to listen to the speakers.
Oh yeah, it's August is very intentional. Um, and this is professionally done. This is not your first rodeo,
No.
and it is God ordained. It really, really is. Who would have known that we would be in this? It was going on in China when the idea came to you, but who would have thought we would be in the throes of this, and still in the throes of it?
Yeah.
So Auguste Crenshaw, Auguste, and good old Crenshaw. Those of us who live in Southern California, we know about Crenshaw Avenue, Crenshaw Boulevard. So very unique name for a very amazing lady. Ladies from Atlanta, Georgia. So where some people from South Bay didn't jump on this opportunity, August Crenshaw saw the opportunity and jumped on. I so thank you. Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you for the
Gosh.
opportunity.
Well, I tell you what, I ran into some technical troubles. I couldn't get the Facebook Live going. This thing with Zoom, and so many people are using it. So I thought, it doesn't matter. We're going on anyway. We're
Yeah.
okay. So, wow. All right, but I'll play this back on and we'll do a watch party. Thank you. You poured in. See, people such as yourself, and I'm just going to say this, and I'm not, people are going to say, why are you also on her? Because when there are so many people saying things and putting things out, and when I run across people who I know are authentic, people who I know who should be in your ear, I have no problem with putting them out there. I have no problem because there's so many charlatans. And as you said, you got the trickery going on. And it makes me doggone mad. Yeah, I'm getting on a soapbox. So yeah, I'm talking about August Crenshaw because I don't want to see people end up thrown under the bus thinking that they're going to get something and they walk away with absolutely nothing. And you can't be in business if you don't know how to sell. And if your personal life is in a shambles, then your business is going to suffer.
Yeah.
So August is covering all of this.
Yeah.
So
Can I just add something? Is it okay?
yeah, go girl, go for it. Yes.
I always like to, point out when moments like these happen because sometimes people they look past it and look beyond it. Like, okay, well, what is that thing, that benefit that's in the background? There's no payment. You know what I'm saying, for endorsement. But being that you applied to be a speaker in the summit, you got to see the inner workings of what's going on. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand about the way that I do what I do. I offer full disclosure to the participants in my summit, and they know what they had to do in order to qualify to even be a participant in it. And so I didn't just come up with a vision because I see words like sisterhood and authenticity. They're the new buzzwords. I've been using them for God knows how long, but they've become buzzwords that people use, and especially in the African American community, they're the kind of words that really mean something to our soul because we're trying to harness family again. We're trying to harness creativity and show up as who we are and stop being the part and working harder, smarter, and faster and just be who we are. And those things, when we think we have an opportunity to get access to it and then we have experienced the charlatan, sometimes we can become withdrawn. And so the point is though, but we can never stop being positive. We can never stop loving. We can never stop trusting. And so when you do have a plethora of women coming together and saying the same thing, I really encourage all of you to pause and say, but what is that thing that they so strongly endorse one another? That's because the thing that I just talked to you all about in the beginning is what I emphasize in my life. The relationships are being cultivated, and it started off that way from the beginning. You can't do this thing alone. It's your circle that's going to matter. We're inviting you into the tribe to say, come on. We are all going to exceed. No more slim pickings. No more this 3% versus the 97%. Why can't we expect more from each other and know that we're going to get exactly what our soul desires?
Well said. Well said. Mm. August Crenshaw, I'm gonna have to close this out. We could go on and on and on. Anybody who misses this summit is really making a big mistake. That's all that I can say. A big, big, big mistake. Don't let it happen. Men, if you're listening, get this for your daughter. Get the summit for your daughter, for your wife, your sister, your cousin, the women in your life. Get it for yourself because the information that's coming is for everybody. I mean, we're women that are presenting it, but this information, it goes from gender to gender.
Precisely.
All right, all right. I'm going to have to close it out here. Oh my goodness, know, like, and trust. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. August, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And everybody, I will see you next time. Know, like, and trust. That's what this is all about. Okay, bye bye now.